Hello, everybody. Thank you. I'm back at it today. We have time before lunch here, and I want to go through and catch up here because if I can catch up on this huge stack, then I only have one huge stack left. And then hopefully I can get caught up, and there's going to be a lot of videos up there. But I hope you're enjoying them. I hope they're not boring you too much. And I know there's a lot of different subject matters on each one, and we're trying to categorize them the best we can. But always someone not happy with that. But, you know, I'm so busy, I'm just grabbing every minute I can to make them for you. That's the problem. And I barely have time to write what's in them, and then I got a client. So we really appreciate your patience because we are trying to get them out for you. I really love a lot of your guys' success. It's just incredible. I was just talking to the chiropractor whose wife is featured on the video of MS. So she's from Lithuania, and she's over visiting her parents, where her parents are saying, oh, you can't eat fruit, you got to eat all this meat and stuff. So she's fighting over there. And then her neurologist over there said, well, you have anything written on the subject of nerve regeneration? You know, and it's like he's got a living testament right in front of him. Isn't that what's weird? You know, the intellectual mind comes in. It's like you have someone wheelchair bound that hadn't walked in years, and now she's walking in. You're wanting proof of something? That's the problem with the educated. I'd rather be called uneducated. Thanks. Could you do a video or two on how to meditate? Yes, I will. But who is the meditator? You know, meditation comes in many forms. In Eckankar, we used to call it contemplation, meditation, prayer. There's different forms in the way a person does this. It depends what your ultimate goal is. Out-of-body travel, inward reflection, the view of the inner worlds, or is it to be conscious? I don't understand the fruit bashing either. I don't either. This is Angel B. Over this vegetable has cancer-fighting properties. I guess people forgot about antioxidants. I guess so. I don't get this. The human consciousness, you know. It's just like that. Here's a neurologist with an MS patient, years down, now walking. Simple 3 words. How did you do it? Maybe that's 4. How did you do it? I want to do it on all my clients. I want all my clients with MS walking, brain lesions healed up. Wouldn't you think? Very few medical doctors call here in some of our sensational cases. How do you do it? You guys start curing some of these incredible cases. How did you do it? Sometimes I don't like dealing with the humans either. Yeah, May Freaky, thanks for your comments there on the. I'm reading you, and you're commenting a lot. If I don't get to comment here, when you become more spiritual, you feel the contention of the world more. You do, you know. You feel the attitudes and the opinions and the obstructions. That's what you feel, where your animals are just flowing with the current. Humans are obstructive, and it throws off weird frequencies for sure. So it does make it somewhat harder to deal with humans, but you get yourself where you need to be, and then outside doesn't matter. You can sit amongst and enjoy, but maintaining your space, your place, and your joy. And that's the key, is once you understand that and you develop that, then you must maintain that. And that's the gig, you know. I mean, this is all, that's why I love you guys, because you're all, you breathe, you understand. Even the Puritans among you are breathing and understanding and giving space to others to have their experience. You all are giving me my space to not be perfect, and I appreciate and love you for that. And I'm giving you your space to breathe and to do that. And that's what makes us a good group and a good site, because we're breathing together as one. And that's a powerful experience that this planet needs, is the breathing as one. Homo sapien race, breathing as one. Don't know if it's even possible, but certainly you're showing how thousands of us can do it together. And we know that in many of these spiritual groups you have millions breathing together. About pH, I read in a mainstream UK health magazine the other day that eating an alkaline diet is a myth because the stomach acids neutralize the alkali. Yeah, this has been in the back of my mind because people say that. This was written by a nutritionist. I don't know where she studied, but the thing is, hydrochloric acid isn't needed at a certain simplicity, I said it again, simplicity, of amino acid structures. Why would you invoke hydrochloric acid with a fruit? Simple amino acid structures. Same thing with vegetables, actually, but could see a tad bit more with vegetables, but really don't see hydrochloric acid until you get into more complex foods, like particularly your proteins. That's the main gig of hydrochloric acid, is to break your proteins down into the polypeptides, peptides, and then amino acids. So there would be no need to deal with a simple amino acid structure with the hydrochloric acid. So the idea that your stomach acid is always going to neutralize your basic digestive enzymes of the mouth, I think, is fallacy. You don't always invoke hydrochloric acid. When we get stomach cancers and stuff here, or highly ulcerated conditions, we get you off of all proteins or complex foods where the incidence of hydrochloric acid might be needed to increase pepsin and the like. So I think they're off in their statement. Again, more theory, but I don't believe that the stomach produces excessive hydrochloric acid by any stretch for a simple fruit. I think that's all relative to the complexity of the food in terms of amino acids, because hydrochloric acid has no effect on carbohydrates or fats. That's lipase and amylase and all the pancreatic and liver enzymes. So I don't think she's thought it out. But again, she went to school. She went to school and got a degree. See what I'm saying? The piece of paper doesn't always mean you know what you're talking about. But you can't just quote what you've been educated. This is the problem. Our professors, and someone made a good comment about our professors here, and boy do I agree. They're as constipated as anyone else. So we're learning off of already unlearned people. So it's just, we just pride the mind to a point where it's ridiculous. We should pride intuitiveness, the ability to see and know. That's what we should be. That's spirituality. We're not there yet, but certainly we're growing. And you know, this is the physical world. There's always going to be duality, and it stretches. The pendulum swings at this level pretty far. You know, if you consider the pendulum starts in the pure mind or mental worlds where creation actually is produced, if you will, then the pendulum swings the further away from the universal mind down into the worlds of creation, the farther this pendulum is going to swing to the positive and the negative. We just happen to be close to the bottom rung. So the higher you get into these different worlds and dimensions of God, the closer, in other words, to the self, the less you're at the swinging of the positive into the negative. Whew, it's better. JG. Lots of grapes with seeds here in Canada. Of course, Canada got better food than we do. I know. Everybody has better food than we do. At least in the stores around me. And it's not too hard finding watermelon with seeds either. JG, you're making me drool. You're killing me, man. That's being said, all right, seedless fruits are far superior to cooked processed foods. You couldn't have said it better. Who would ever think cooking your foods would be better than anything raw? That's the problem. You can always clean pesticides off of it. You said it right on here, man. Right on. See, Stahl, they're after you again today. And then they're complaining against us back there today, and it's like, what are you thinking? Cannabis oil cures cancer. I'd love to see this one, but I'm going to leave it alone. But I tell you the truth, an oil, well, I tell you, it'll help as an antacid, and in that way could definitely affect inflammation and cancer and stuff, in the fact that it can be used as an antacid. Cannabis cures about everything. I just can't believe where we are as man. Come on, where could we be? Yep. Howdy, Jeff. Started mixing the Hill All Tea to my sinus. I like this, Jeff. To my sinus flush mixture, and I'm getting really good. Good. I've snuffed it up big time. Salt and baking soda. You know, when you're locked in, I talked to a guy yesterday, and a big old tumor had to be removed out of his sinuses. It had to go up here. Woo. Yeah, you're doing good, man. Thanks to you, and a lot of love to you too, Alabama Jeff. You're doing a good job, bro. See, it's fun. You play with the herbs. You use them in every way you can. It's fun. I've got a guy coming. He was going to come and shoot a video today. He's wanted the cancer all through him and no hair, and now he's got hair all over and no cancer. So he's going to be on here shortly and give you a good talk. But he couldn't do it today. But he's a healer now, and he's got so many cases. But he just had a lady go to her oncologist. She's tumored, and now it's into the bones. And he's saying, we can't do this herb or that herb or this herb and that herb. This guy knows nothing. And then he wants her on a Rumidex, you know, typical adrenal suppressor. So, I mean, this is the sort of thing that's out there, you know. If the lady wants to get well, get away from medical thinking. D-Skip. Indeed, aside from your old fanatical use of indiscriminate bleeding with leeches and cuts, their bloody nature goes deep into the whole Masonic matrix. Someday I'd like to sit down and talk to you. Yeah, I know it. Man, the world is deep with the Masonic hidden symbols of life. And, I mean, things go so deep into ritualism and metaphysics and stuff like that. People don't have a clue. You know, you notice the Black Law dictionaries had kings and queens till the last couple of them. You know, Uniform Commercial Code, a lot of people don't know what the Uniform Commercial Code is, but the UCC, if you look in the Black's Law Dictionary under Uniform Commercial Code, pretty much man decided to set up some codes for people. They're not real law. A cop gives you a ticket. There's no law. That's a code. That's working under color of law. Most of these aren't law in fact at all. Anything that's in the statutes have to be in the Federal Registry to be acted into positive law first. Half the IRS code has never been even enacted into positive law because it's not effective to private citizens whatsoever, of course, unless you're involved in a federal income taxable activity. Oh, these guys, they don't stop. They want to rape the people, and, you know, it's like the thieves of the kings and queens. Until the people stood up and pretty much said you're out or kicked their butt.